y'all. It's your boy Tim Snow. Got another one here for you, man. I just want to say what's up to everybody here.
Yeah, for when you a fella, I say you got me, man. That's what I'm saying.
It's your boy Tim Snow. Big Spruce Story Family Salute, y'all. It's your boy Tim Snow. Big Spruce Story Family Salute, y'all. It's your boy Tim Snow.
Texas Prison Story Family Salute, y'all. It's your boy Tim Snow back here with another one. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Recovered from that old turkey and dressing and all that, man. I know I didn't finish the leftovers till Saturday. Feel like I done gained me a couple pounds on a little holiday, but it is what it is, right? And we just wanted to tap in tonight, see what's going on with everybody. I need to get back on this content creation, man. I'm not taking this serious. I'm on the road to 100K, across 95,000, and man, I tell you what, I think I only got somewhere around 400 videos, and that is not very many. For as long as I've been doing this, there's guys out here with 2,000 videos that's been doing it, you know, not as long as I have. Durst, what's up, Durst? McAllen, Texas in here, South Texas. Salute, my brother. Y'all do me a favor, drop your location in the chat. Let me know where everybody's watching from. You already know where I'm coming out of, Southeast Texas. Durst, hope you had a good Thanksgiving, my brother. Y'all make sure you watch the video me and him had on Dominguez unit. It definitely was fire. Got some more people that want to do some interviews. I've been dragging my feet. Need to get back to it. Got some prison news, and I'm going to do one too. For sure. Probably tomorrow I'm going to record one. Dominique Galveston, salute, man. Anarchist, salute. Where you coming from? H-Town, downtown. That's what's up, man. Used to live right there on Commerce Street. San Mateo. Terra 137. Hadn't seen your name in a while. Hope you're doing all right. Wyoming. Man, I don't get too many of them to say Wyoming. Arizona, salute to the Southwest, man. Shout out to California. Samuel Westall, say London, man. I appreciate the subscribe. Thank you. If y'all watching live tonight, make sure you double tap your screen. If you're watching on your phone, get them likes up for me. At least let's try to get this thing to 100 likes. Yeah, we need to do that, man. I've been BSing. JoJo, what's up, JoJo? Salute, my man. Northern Cal, we got people from all over in here. North Dakota. All right. Yeah, Tara, I've been BSing, but that's what I've done. If you watch this channel I've been going for 6.5 years now. I've probably only been active probably 3.5 of them, maybe 4. I take long breaks. I think I let the channel demonetize before. I didn't even file for it back for a long time. I just, you know, something I just do when I feel like doing it, I guess, kind of like a hobby. But hey, 95K subscribers. I'm at 61K followers on Facebook. My TikTok blew up, but they deleted it, so I'm back down to 10,000 on that one. But I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments. Y'all watch TikTok? How many of y'all are just almost pure YouTuber? What's y'all's favorite app? What platform should I be focusing on, y'all? Let me know, because I'm just trying to reach the masses. I don't really care about where. I might put a video on Facebook and it blow up. Might put one on YouTube. The same video on YouTube, it doesn't do good. Vice versa, you know, Facebook. So I'll make sure you follow the Texas Prison Stories on Facebook, though. You can type it in. Miami, shout out Miami. Bay Area, salute to the Bay Area, man. TikTok, I like TikTok and everything, but TikTok is a little too fast paced for me. You know, if I'm gonna sit there and watch something, man, I prefer to watch a longer video, actually learn something. But TikTok is good for what it's for, man. You can find out a lot of information about it. All kind of stuff. Mr. Green Lung, salute. Yeah, TikTok is good for what it's for. And, you know, you can reach more people. TikTok has a much friendlier algorithm. I will say that. Like, it's really, really easy to reach the masses. But like I said, they don't got much of attention span on TikTok. And come on YouTube, people are ready to watch something for real. You know, this whole YouTube shorts and vertical streaming and everything like I'm doing tonight. That is YouTube's answer for TikTok. They pumped up this vertical streaming real strong whenever TikTok was getting ready to get banned. Shout out to El Paso. Y'all know Texas. That's what's up. Did I hear about the prison in Texas where his tablet was stolen and all his messages between his family and himself was exposed to inmates? They extorted him and his family for money. I've heard about that a lot of times. I heard about that a lot of times. Remy Red Rider. I seen that post where he attempted to dox me. Hilarious. With the wrong name. Corpus Christi, salute. I love Corpus Christi, man. I think I told everybody I used to live down there for a couple years when I was a teen. I said teen. When I was a teenager, I ran away from home when I was 14, turning 15. Moved down there. Man, I love Corpus. Corpus was a lot different back then, though. Corpus has turned into a pretty dangerous spot. Appreciate that, JoJo. But yeah, Volt Media, I've heard about that a lot of times. People get their tablets stole all the time. Now, if I ain't mistaken, all you need is their ID number to sign in. But also, too, people sell them. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy DJ Lil King, Riding High Podcast. Y'all make sure y'all check out that Riding High Podcast. We was just talking about Corpus Christi, fam. My boy got the #1 podcast coming out of Corpus, Riding High Podcast. Y'all make sure y'all check them out. Solid cat. They drop content back to back to back, too. Back to back. DJ Lil King, man, the #1 thing I remember about Corpus Christi, when I first pulled up, man. When I first pulled up, I was used to this Houston, Galveston area where everybody was smoking crack back then. We was deep in the crack epidemic, like for real, for real. And down here, everybody, all the dope things would just walk around fast, like brrr, brrr. You see them just going everywhere. Then when I got to Corpus, I seen these zombies. I'm like, man, what's wrong with these people? Like literally just walking slow. Looks like they didn't have nothing to do. And I was like, man. And I realized, oh, they're on that ice. Yeah, we didn't have that back then. It was very rare here. I mean, we had it, but it was rare. And then when I got down there, the whole vibe was just different though, man. All the beautiful women. Everybody was laid back. There wasn't a bunch of Crip and Blood stuff happening back then. It was more like neighborhood gangs and all that other type stuff. But Corpus was legit, man. I love that place. I've been saying for a few years, telling you I need to come down there, man. Tell my boy SU4C I said, what's up, too. Al, what's up, Al? Salute. Appreciate it. Been showing love since day one. Jesse, Beaumont, Texas. What's up, Jesse? I can imagine my tablet being stolen and all my family pictures in the... Hell, I got a story on here where they thought a dude was a chomo. They went in there and took everything in a cell. That included pictures, like old school physical pictures of his mom, his entire family, and everything. Then it turned out later that he actually was a chomo. Flower Bluff, Texas. That's exactly where I stand too. Right there on Flower Bluff. Was that Flower Bluff Drive right there? And that's that. It was a Circle K back then. You take that left, and that was... What was that neighborhood back there with all the bird streets? You take that right and go back there to where that giant trailer park was. And go down a few blocks, and my homeboy stayed on Green Bay Street. And man, Green Bay Street had, I'll never forget, it had like these bunch of little duplex houses on it. They had one of the houses though. We lived in their garage for a little while when I was a young runaway, man. But you know what? It was better than living in the car, because we was living in the car. Denver, Colorado. Shout out to Denver. I bet it's cold up there, huh? Still talk. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, so we stayed on Green Bay Street and then ended up meeting a family and moving over to the next street. We moved over to the next street. And Yoshi, no, he didn't. I mean, he did, but he also apologized too. Which I accept all apologies. Ain't no big deal. But I stand on everything I said. Always will. Yeah, Green Bay Street was off the chain. Then the next one over, we stayed there with a family right there, and it was cool. Like I liked it, man. It was just a whole different vibe. My second day in Corpus, we got into a giant riot in the streets, man. Like it was a real riot where these dudes probably, what was them apartments called? Some was it some Meadows? Man, it's been so long. Oak, Glen Oak. That's what it was. A bunch of cats from Glen Oak apartments showed up over there and ready to rumble because my homeboy Roach had got into a fight with one of them in school, and he was bumping. They got kicked out of school, and Roach was like, "Yeah, meet me in the hood after school." Right, and I was staying in in his garage. Roach and Doughboy, that was his name. That was two brothers, and they was real back then, real as could be, man. But I'm in the apartment. Roach come home early. Roach got a little black eye or something under his eye, and Roach goes, "Man, it's going down at the school, Tim." I'm like, "What? What happened? What's going down?" He said, "I got into it with them boys from Glen Oaks. They jumped me." And I said, "Okay, well, we'll figure it out, right?" And I ain't realizing the magnitude of what he's talking about. I'm thinking, it's just gonna be a couple people or something, ain't gonna be no big deal. Bro, then after school, everybody started showing up to Roach House. They were showing up with shovels and bats and crowbars, and I'm like, man, what are we getting into, right? I'm 14 years old. I'm thinking, man, whatever it is, you can't be a buster now. You done already said it is what it is, right? So we're waiting. My homeboy Pearl shows up. He was older than us, and Pearl said, "Y'all ready to do this?" Everybody's like, "Yeah." It was like some army stuff, man. Pearl's like, "All right, then, they're finna be here in a minute. I'll talk to him." He didn't talk to the people coming over to squabble. And I'm like, this is crazy. When they get there, there was a field between that house and there was some other apartments on the little cross street back there. I can't remember what that cross street was called. Man, there was so many of them dudes hopped out of cars. I was like, oh, this is crazy. All right, this is wild. But here was the trip. They really didn't have nothing that I could tell anyway. They didn't really have nothing, right? So they jump out and say, "Yo, Pearl, F you." And Pearl said, "Y'all heard that?" And Pearl just took off running. When Pearl took off running, I was like, man, I don't know what else to do. I just took off running with Pearl. And when I look behind me, everybody's coming. We're running literally into a crowd of people. All I see is there's like an empty beer bottle or something in the field. I swipe that up as I'm running. I throw the empty beer bottle. It flips and hits somebody. I'm like, ooh, it looks like it messed them up too. So when we get over there, we're having like a little face off. I'll never forget this. And if they're from over there, they'll remember that somebody from Glen Oaks had some nunchucks. I ain't never in my life seen a black dude with nunchucks. So let me tell you something. He was flipping these nunchucks, and I'm like, man, get the hell away from him. I don't know what nunchucks will do, right? All I know is I seen karate movies. Nunchucks look like they hurt. My partner Doughboy next to me had a baseball bat. Doe say, "Man, get out the way, Tim." I'm like, all right. So Doe charged over there first. I'll never forget that. And the dude with the nunchuck swung him. Doughboy overhand hit him with that baseball bat and had to break his collarbone because dude just melted down. And he never got back up. They ended up having to drag him off. And I'm like, oh, and then all of a sudden, boom, it just erupted. I mean, we're out there squabbling hard as hell. Then obviously the people I'm with, they got weapons and all kind of stuff, right? I'm out there barehanded like an idiot. They got weapons. They're beating the brakes off these dudes and showed up with nothing. I'm from damn this area. I'm waiting on somebody to pull out the gat, right? I'm like, man, by back home, somebody would have started shooting already. This isn't a bluff. So look, I'm thinking somebody was gonna start shooting or something, but nobody started shooting. And I'll never forget, my partner Rose started scooping up handfuls of rocks, like big old rocks. And I remember I'm 14, right? Doughboy, Roach is throwing these rocks, just boom, just hit them all in their faces and everything with it. So when he starts throwing these rocks, dudes start taking off. My homeboy Chad tries to run and hit one of the dudes and gets caught with one of the rocks. Roach done hit our homeboy Chad with the rocks. Rest in peace to Chad. Chad dropped, and I thought Chad was gonna die, man. I swear he had the nastiest big old knot on the back of his head. and it just kept swelling and swelling and swelling, and then it just bust. Like it was filled up with blood. He looked like somebody shot him dead in the head, man. They took him to the ER and they thought he got shot. That's how hard this rock hit that man. It looked like he got shot. But yeah, that was my second day ever in Corpus Christi right there, like a giant rumble. I was thinking, this is crazy. Like, I'm down here rumbling with these dudes. I don't know anybody. Only reason we was at Roach and Doe's house because my partner that I went down there with, he was from the Bluff and he knew him. I just met these cats. I'm like, this is wild, but that's the type of shit that was going on back then down there. I'll never forget that. Rogue X, what's up? Jesse said y'all playing dominoes at my house last night. Two of my homies are telling me stories about being in TGC. One of your piece, Meathead, man. Rest in peace to Meathead. Yeah, Meathead passed away, man. Meathead was a Galveston legend. Meathead's little brother, Carl, be going viral all the time on Facebook on them slab groups and all that, man. It says in the trunk, rest in peace, Meathead, 53rd Street legend. Meat was one of my boys, man. He was my brother's age, but I love Meathead, and his little brother was my homeboy too. Real solid cats. And I think I said on my second video ever, when I got to Beto, I laid down in my bunk and I looked up on the wall and it said Meathead was here, 53rd Street. And I'd be like, damn, Meathead was in the same bunk as I'm in right now. I said, this is crazy. I'll never forget that. And then Meathead came through one time on the traveling pesticide crew. Like he was walking around one of the little spray pumpers, spraying all the, well, you ain't no baseboards in prison, but spraying where there would be a baseboard. He was traveling around from like unit to unit doing that. But yeah, Meathead was the man. Once you know, Meathead didn't stay free very often either. I hate to say it. Like he'd come out and just be on feet and then be back. Rose said I have an uncle in Val Verde Federal Prison. You know what? I don't know much about that one. I ain't gonna lie. Val Verde? What the hell is that? That sounds like maybe California or Arizona or something. But you know, hey, the feds have different levels, right? They have them camps and them lows where damn near anybody can walk. They even let sex offenders and stuff walk around, people with bad paperwork. Austin Del Rio. Oh, then I think that's a detention center. That might be Val Verde Detention Center, which they suck. They're like a county jail or something. I was in a detention center. It's literally like one of them ICE detention centers. So I was in an ICE detention center before. Believe it or not. Was. You say you got a homeboy on Beto, man. Free my partner Big C. Big C's got 25 ag right now, and he's on Beto. I talked to him not too long ago. Man, C don't like it over there. He said he did 12 years on Gib Lewis and then 2 bids in the feds. So basically, he been locked up his entire life too, almost. At least, what, C's like 42, I think. About 42, 43, probably been locked up 20 of them years. And he don't like Beto no more, man. He said Beto's different now. It's so wild over there. I mean, it was always dangerous. But Beto had a lot of structure. The different sets and the families and everything, you know, they kept everything moving. He said now this K2 just got Beto so shook up to where everybody's crash dummies. They're going crazy. Like, it's wild. Yeah, I heard of Segovia in Edinburgh. Segovia, I think my brother was actually, maybe he was in Lopez unit. Hey, man, he was. Yeah, I think my brother was at Segovia a long time ago. I don't know too much about it. Anything in that valley is rough, man. If they don't got no air conditioner, you know how hot it is in that South Texas. Horrible. CCA had ice holes. I was in Haskell, Texas, Sierra Blanca. Yeah, so a lot of them little places never even hear much about. The only 2 spots I've been in like that was Coastal Bend Detention Center after I got sentenced, and then Joe Corley Detention Center up in Conroe, Texas, I think. Joe Corley it was lame too. I ain't gonna lie. It was bunk. You got to go to the gym. We didn't ever do no outside rec. They had some gym that was big with basketball and all that, man. We would just walk around the gym, sit on the corners, talk, shit like that. It was cool. They would let everybody on your side go though, so you get to go talk and communicate with a lot of people. Now, Coastal Bend, it was all right. Like it was all right. You need to have some money. Like if you had some money, Coastal Bend was straight because the calls were expensive and the commissary was expensive. But you know what? You go to commissary 2 days a week. It was like going to a Free World gas station. They had everything. Yeah, they had 3 rec yards. Coastal Bend had 3 rec yards. One was a giant soccer field. The other one was like inside cages, basketball court, and the other side is more like a big yard. It was cool. It was cool, and they had a little bit of everything. When I got to Coastal Bend Detention Center, the first night that I was there, you had to go get your mattress and go over there, and it was like fishbowl tanks with the big glass walls. And I'll never forget the first tank I walked by. It was a bunch of RU cats, Rasul Nita out of Corpus. I ain't never seen so many of them in my entire life. Like that little gang is small. They're dangerous as hell, but they're small. But there had to probably, I don't know, man, like 40 something people in that tank, 48-man tank. Every one of them was RU with the big RU tattoos. All of them look like they've been in there doing burpees for 10 years. They was some serious looking cats, for real. DJ Lil King, yes, sir, for sure. Say Tongo Vayuko. A bunch of Vayukos, that's for sure. I had some homies from Vayuko, man. A bunch of real cats, too, I ain't gonna lie. Now, Vayuko swag is a lot different coming out of South Texas than it is North Texas, Dallas, Houston. Vayuko is more like Pachuco style, or they used to be like they're more I don't know, I don't want to sound racist. They're more into the Mexican culture, more I don't know, just more Mexican acting, I guess. When you catch the guys out of Houston and Dallas, they was listening to like rap and DJ Screw and all that stuff. So the vibe was different, but boy, there's some solid cats down there. And anybody that's been like ever lived in the valley knows it's dangerous as hell down there too. When I did live in Corpus, we used to go to Alamo and we'd hear about them Tri-City bombers and all them down there. All we would hear about that is home invasion after home invasion. They literally be naming them on the news, Tri-City bomber, home invasion. They was kicking doors in right and left back then in the 90s. I don't know if they're still doing that or not. And I think I remember, I know I do, I think it was McAllen, where they had some guys that called Crazy Kings. They had their own little gangs down there. Crazy Kings, the TCBs. There was a few others, man. It's hard to remember. But it was cool. I really liked that valley too. Everybody knew how to mind their business down there. You had to down there go looking for trouble in the valley. But when you looking for it, it was quick to find. It wasn't hard to find it or anything, but it was cool. I was young. I was young. I just remember too, all thinking, man, all these girls are beautiful. Like I was still like freshman in high school age when I went down there. Dixon, what's up, Dixon? Salute, my man. We got Ireland in here, y'all. We worldwide today. If you hadn't dropped your location in the chat yet, do me a favor and drop your location in here. I just wanted to come tap in with everybody while I had a little bit of time. See what everybody had going on. Check on everybody with their Thanksgiving and hope the holidays are all right. You know, the holidays are a sad time for a lot of people, man. Ever since my big brother passed away in prison, we really don't do holidays in my family anymore. It kind of just stopped. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but we really don't do Thanksgiving and Christmas or any of that as a family no more. Kind of messed everything up. We got a friend in Dalhart. I think Dalhart's pretty laid back. Yeah, that's transfer unit. Woodstock, New York. Salute to Woodstock. Flux Core. What's the man? Flux Core. I ain't seen your name in a long time, brother. How you doing? Brandy, I did. I actually did. Yeah, so we celebrated, or I celebrated with them on Tuesday because a lot of the people, this is with my daughter's family, actually on Tuesday, they had a big party over there and all the dinner, the normal stuff, playing games and, you know, a bunch of Crown and all kind of stuff. So it was cool. We had a lot of fun. Thursday, I didn't really do too much. I had a few people bring me some plates and sit back, relax, watch movies. My daughter went with some other family then. I didn't go that day, so it was cool. It was cool. I didn't have no problem, but I just know a lot of people, as these holiday times hit, they start getting sad. I still live in the hood. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I still live in the hood, and it's stressful for a lot of these parents over here. It's mostly all single parents, and here comes Christmas time where they're barely paying rent. Their kids want this and want that. They don't know how they're gonna buy it. So it's kind of rough, but I already bought my daughter a couple of things, and she's gonna have a good Christmas. Actually, I'm getting ready to start this elf on the shelf for my daughter. What y'all know about that elf on the shelf? I told her the elf is gonna show up on the first. So I guess I'll pull him out when she gets off school and be like, look who showed up while you was gone. And she's bad. She kept saying, I wanted the elf on the shelf, elf on the shelf. You think he knows where we live? I was like, I think he'll probably find us. So we got her one. And my mom started that tradition. It's where every night the elf does something bad. He might take the salt and pepper shaker, toss it around and spill shit. He might pull the toilet paper roll out. So my thing is gonna be like 25 days of figuring out something different for this elf to do. Somebody says the stuff go down on holidays too in prison. Man, shit, they're sad in prison. Holidays are rough in prison, man, because you ain't got no family there, especially if you got kids. It's really hard, like people's families are missing them. Like, this ain't the life you want. I say it all the time, right? Like, you really don't want to be in there, man. So, the only thing I can say about the holidays when they roll around here in Texas, it starts getting a little bit cooler weather. It's hot as hell all summer. It's deadly heat. And by the time Thanksgiving comes, it's cool. Like, just yesterday, it turned to about 55 degrees here. Gonna be cold for about the next 2 days and back to the 80s. So, everybody's happy for that quick relief or whatever. KO, you asked me, did I? Hold on. What's up, Tim? Much love and respect from the tone. Been watching you for some years now. Always been solid. Still got a couple of close homies in TDC. Been down since 2011. Pops through my head. Yeah, shout out to them boys from the 210. Actually, just had a cat reach out to me not say the other day, but about a month or two ago. Was doing time with my cousin, and he came over and came back to the 210. Came back to San Antonio. One of the first things he did was reach out to me. That was what's up. He was like, man, love your cousin. Silk Talk. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. We're gonna spend that on some Christmas stuff. Anything anybody sends me, you better believe it's going to my baby girl for Christmas. Flux, you got what kind of test are you taking? Obviously welding test, but you taking all positions, pipe. What you taking? It's been a while now since I burned a rod, man. And I sure appreciate that, man. I really do. Thank you so much. And that's what I'm gonna try to do, man. I'm gonna try to get back to knocking out some videos. So I have a fire one I'm gonna do tomorrow. Y'all stand by. I don't want to give up the idea yet, but I've been thinking about it for a few days, and it goes along with the holiday theme, but a little bit more raw too. Shout out to the southeast side. I ain't too far from the southeast, man. I was on Broadway recently. Broadway and Edgebrook over there. Messing with them taco trucks on Edgebrook. Man, I've never been to prison. The stories my homeboys say are crazy. Now, yeah, man, don't go. Listen, that's the whole point of my platform is this is not the life you want. Like, people in their K2 heads going crazy. Ain't nothing positive about it, I swear. Unless you like living around a bunch of men and sharing underwear and eating trash ass food. Rope say any wait till 10K, then man, you know what? There's not. He's still in SEG right now on Telford unit. Obviously, I'm gonna tell you something. He ain't checked in or did no life in danger, no weirdo stuff like that. He's literally still on terrible Telford right now where they got him. So he probably finna pop back out in population. As long as he ain't told anything, all my blast homeboys telling me he should be okay. He's just gonna come back out of civilian. And Wado got a lot of respect. You know, he'll be all right. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that because he killed 5 people. Don't get me wrong. I didn't even like his music, but I think he'll be all right. And his problem was going to be is he had to told. If he told, you know, he's got life sentences, right? And he's got to do 3G custody for at least 10 years. And he's hadn't been in but what, a couple years. So he's got 8 more years, and that's a limited amount of places that you can go to doing 3G. Say you lived in Denison. Yeah, so the Mark played Denison 3 years straight and beat him 3 years straight in the state game. That was all people I know too playing on them teams. Denison, I think it was Denison Yellow Jackets. But Stephenville beat him 3 years straight. Then Denison lost 3 years straight. No, he's definitely not one of their homeboys no more. Well, from Central Texas, man. I always think about your stories. Just listen to one where you were super sick in Coastal Bend. They thought you were detoxing. I think that was in Nueces County though, and I was. Yeah, that was in Corpus. Ew. Yeah, I forgot about that actually. Hell yeah, that's horrible to be. You know what? That's horrible to be sick in jail, like legit sick. Yeah, that's a terrible feeling, man. You can't get no real medicine. Some ibuprofen, and that's about it. Get your wet something and lay it across your head. He says, have I ever experienced anyone actually going through withdrawal and lockup? What's in like, hell yeah. Every holding tank I've ever been in is people going through withdrawal. But honestly, most of them just sleep it off. Like when you go to a holding cell in the county and you first get there, people are just withdrawing like crazy. They're sick, but they're sleeping it off. Like I remember Galveston County for sure. It was real bad. That was mostly like crackheads and stuff though, I think. And say it be 30 man in the tank, they slide 30 trays, only 20 of them getting 8. So you just go up there and grab you 2, set 2, you know. You say currently addicted to 708s and I get withdrawals multiple times a day. I had a friend that was battling with that, man. I sure did. That shit is terrible. Excuse me. And he had to actually take Suboxone to get off of it. And he tapered off the Suboxone within a week. And he was fine. Like, I guess there's not no tapering off that 708s or whatever, but that man, I joke with him and say he probably spent 100 bands in 2 years, but he probably really spent about 100 grand in 2 years. Like, for real, for real. Wado is out of the blast. He used to be for Crips on the street. No, no, no. That ain't gonna be no big deal. I don't think ain't nobody in there gonna ride for no cash out. Cash out would have been blast too if he went in there. They know that. GM, you can get it. You can go online. They got teledoctors. You can go to them teledoctors. They'll give them to you. Maybe your local ones won't, but them teledoctors, you see the doctor, tell them what's going on, that you have a problem, they'll give them to you. And I tell you what, just the money you save alone by getting off that shit will be amazing. Fuck say 708 is the devil. It is, man. Like, so it's a research chemical. Similar like what K2 was when K2 came out. Horrible, man. Bridget Stone, what's up, Bridget? Salute. Fred Marines. I used to be severely addicted to painkillers, but I've been off it for 5 years because I'm taking Suboxone to help, and Suboxone really does help. Yeah, so but you got to come off that eventually too, though, man. Like you can't stay on that shit forever. And everybody I've ever seen take it's very successful just tapering down. Just a little smaller dose every couple days, and by the time they're done, they're done. No withdrawals, no getting sick. Everybody I ever seen that takes that, their teeth fall out. And I think they have a big lawsuit against the makers of Suboxone right now because of their teeth falling out. Like it's terrible for your teeth for some reason. I don't exactly know why. What'd you say, David Price? Let me see. Oh, to sleep for a month? That's horrible. So I remember seeing a guy in Harris County that he was coming down off of those, and he said he didn't defecate for a month. He literally had horrible stomach ache, like he could barely move. His stomach was bloated, and I'm pretty sure he was close to death. And he was like, "What am I supposed to do?" And I told him, "Man, drink some dandruff shampoo or something. Like, uh, drink some dandruff shampoo." He's like, "Dandruff shampoo? Hell no." I say, "Look, you got two. It's like I got two options. It's either gonna make you throw up or it's gonna run through you and give you diarrhea." He was like, "You right." He drank some dandruff shampoo and went from, he might have been exaggerating about the 30 days now I think about it, but he was bad in pain, couldn't use the restroom, drank that dandruff shampoo, and shit started blasting out of him. He felt better. Still talk, say start streaming, bro. Yeah, I need to more for sure. I don't think I'll make no millions, but I can do a little something. I enjoy the live streams the most. I really do. Live streaming is to me more fun. Yeah, Norma, but so there was a little cat in our neighborhood though that I want to say passed away after like, oh, I don't know how long, if you want to know the truth. So he was in jail for I think 12 days. I don't know how long it had been since he went to the restroom in the free world, but he got a case, kept telling medical that his stomach hurt, he couldn't use the restroom. He was calling home, calling his mom, asking for help. She was calling the jail, telling them, and they wouldn't do nothing to him. They wouldn't do nothing to him. And he passed away. They got a lawsuit too. Say he's still using Danny say he's still using the white pages. Isn't that crazy? But I don't know. I don't think so. The guy in Harris County, I don't think so because I think he came out busting like a rocket, like a rocket. Like our it's, it's too graphic, but everybody in there was laughing at him. So yes, I think it did hurt because he was like, ugh, right? He was over there like, ugh, and we're just laughing. But yeah, he felt good. You know, Rose say, how do you stop ripping Crips? Do you have to go to someone or just cut off contact? No, I ain't cut off contact. I still live in the neighborhood. That's still all my friends, man. You just literally, if you got respect and yeah, it's your real homies, you just tell them you're done. You ain't gotta tell, you ain't gotta debrief and drop out and tell on people and all that type shit. You're a grown ass man. I did it way longer than most people did at my age. So it wasn't no big deal or anything. My homeboy I still talk to him, still see him. Just tell us the status of what they pin on him. I've been trying to on the videos where you say, yeah, that's because I ain't said it because there ain't really nobody business. But he caught some more Saucy D caught like I think if I ain't mistaken like a delivery case or something. They gave him 4 years, and he should. Last I looked, he was up for parole, but I don't think he's been getting in trouble in there. So I doubt he's gonna make parole, and I think he'll discharge in 2026. Hopefully he don't have to. Well, I mean it's next year, so Saucy D will be home next year. But you got to think about him, man. He's a lifelong convict too. He's a real big homie, OG. Where he goes, them youngsters gonna listen to him. They're gonna follow him because he's got a brilliant IQ and all of that. So, but he's also gonna be front line with anything that's going on. So, yeah, he didn't cause some cases and doing his thing in there. But I feel like he knew with his previous past record, he probably wasn't making parole anyway. To him, that 4 year sentence probably felt small. But I love my brother, man. He's good people. I want to see him come out and stay out because he was doing good. He was doing good, man. He was just having trouble finding steady work. That's all it was. Trying to support his little daughter that he had, all of that type of stuff. GM, I don't know. I don't know his status. So last time I gave out somebody's info for a pen pal, his girlfriend got mad at me. I don't know if he's single. I don't know if he's got a lady he's writing. His kid's mama's dealing with him. So without asking him that question, I wouldn't do that no more. You know what I'm saying? But damn good dude, man. Like if you want to do some time, which nobody does, that's your friend. If you got some furniture to move at your house and it's real heavy, that's your friend. If your car broke down on the side of the road, that's your friend. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a good dude, but at the same time, he don't do no playing. Yeah, he's solid as he can get, but don't cross him in that setting in there anyway. For sure, for sure. But also he ain't one that's gonna crash out any little youngsters, have them doing nothing dumb. None of that. If Saucy D around them youngsters, he's gonna have them acting right and doing right. He's gonna be there. That's facts, folks. Yeah, he's gonna end up having the whole car in there doing right and staying in line. So everything happens for a reason. I don't know what it is. We don't know what it is till later, but yeah, that's my brother, man. Rose said, "Is it any good?" I don't know. I don't know if it's good or nobody's had none for so long, but yeah, I think it's real good. It is. It is because it don't take too much. Jump aboard. He got 4 years. Do you think I should be less friendly in the real world? I understand that trade is viewed as an insult. Oh, that's about the number one insult in Texas prison is to be called friendly. And do I think you should be less friendly? So if you mean by less friendly, like should you go around being rude and shit like that, then no, don't be like that. If you less friendly, like as far as insulate yourself from people you don't know in unnecessary situations, then absolutely, because that's what being friendly in prison means, right? It's like friendly. So the definition of friendly is if a new man comes into the pod and you walk up to him and go, "Hey, bro, what's up? How you doing? How much time you got?" And you sit down and start talking to him, man, you friendly. Or if a new guy comes in and he sits down next to you and tries to do it, he's friendly. Like you don't make friends in there like that, right? And because guess what? As soon as you make a friend, somebody gonna ask you for something. Hey, bro, let me get a shot of coffee. Can I get a soup? Can I get a spoon of peanut butter? And all of that, you know what I mean? But you say never rude, but always super friendly. So much that yeah, no. So don't be so much. Don't give people so much of yourself. I don't mean that in any weirdo way, but I'm saying, it's better in this world to me to stay a little bit to ourselves. Maybe let people guess or whatever. But yeah, like I don't even know how to pronounce that. GEA leaf. GA leaf? What the hell? My bad. Somebody from the A leaf. My fault. He said be you. That's true, be you. But if you keeps getting taken advantage of and people think they can count on you for everything when you really don't owe them nothing, then nah, you probably don't want to be like that. Cause it's a cold world, man. People will use and abuse you out and throw you away. You already know that. But never be rude. That's for sure. And my rule back in the day was matching energy, right? I was always like, hey, I'm gonna match people's energy. If you come be nice to me, I'm gonna be nice to you. If you're rude to me, I'm gonna be rude to you. But you know what I started realizing? Man, that most people messed up, and that just left me with a bunch of bad energy. Think about it. Like I can just be having a great day. You come around me in a bad mood, not matching your energy. Fuck no. So I stopped doing that. I was like, that's not Dixie, you ain't lying. This is not the life you want in no type of way. Say, how long did it take you to bench 325 back in the day? Thank you for the advice. I'll take it with me to work. It took a few years to get up there because I was working out 300 plus. Like that was my workout weight. It took a few years. Right now, I'm working out with about 240 on the bench, right? Like about 240 and 245. I'm tripping, not 240 because it's 245s and 210s, so that's 245. But I don't think I want to go heavier no more. I think I'm gonna keep it at about 245 and just keep going up in reps. And maybe when I get to where it's real easy, go up a little bit. But shout out to my brother AR-15. But AR is the one that showed me that it's not worth it to go heavy. It ain't no more. AR, like, man, AR strap 90 pounds to his waist and do dips 90 pounds to his waist and do pull-ups, bench outrageous numbers. And AR is not like a great big tall dude or anything. He's just really strong. He's been lifting weights forever. But you know what? He just had to have his left shoulder reconstructed, and recently just had his right shoulder reconstructed. And I do not want to get like that at all. And that's what it comes from, that heavy weight. When we're young, we're ego, you know. But right now, this is 245 I'm doing. It feels good. It's heavy, but it's not heavy. You know, it can do what you need to with that, put it like that. I really don't see myself trying to go up no time soon, at least not for a while. I don't know. I don't have any plans of trying to go heavier. But so I'd rather have a circle of 4 lines than 20 hyenas. Now, that's for real. You ain't lying. Miss T, what's up, Miss T? Somebody just asked a question about being friendly, and then Miss T popped in. Ain't that funny? I'll be damned. Friendly Miss T. Say, I'll go back to the gym this week. I want to bench 325 at least one time in my life, but I agree 240. Now, so, I'm trying to remember. It was, I want to say it was 305 that I was working out with, then 325. So 305 is what, 245s? Oh, 345s on each side. It's been long. It's been a long time. Now, when I got back up to 245, I was happy though. I was like, all right, man, I'm back feeling like myself, you know. It's Galveston police and judicial system, more corrupt or more unfair. So I say it's about average. I'll say it's about average, and always depends on who you are, just like anywhere else. No, that's not Saucy's lady. Miss T is one of my very first ever subscribers on this channel, and she's from the land of the friendly up there in Canada. So I'm always cracking jokes. Dominique say, Galveston, please, man. I can't say nothing bad about them, and I live around here. You're gonna get me in trouble. For sure. But yeah, so what y'all got on y'all's mind? Y'all want to talk about anything before I tap out of here, man? I'm getting ready to get up out of here. I just want to say what's up to everybody. Hope y'all having a great last of your weekend. Have a good week coming up, man. Don't work too hard. I think I'm gonna get out of here. I appreciate everybody watching. If you're watching on the replay, hit the thumbs up. If you're watching live, hit the what is it? Hit the damn double tap the screen. I can't even think. Double tap the screen if you're watching live now. Help get the likes up. And if you're watching the replay, hit the thumbs up. And we'll catch y'all later, man. Texas Prison Story family salute.
Man, if y'all ain't subscribed to him, check it out. Texas Prison Story family salute, y'all. It's your boy Tim Snow. Got another one here for you, man. I just want to say what's up to everybody here.
Yeah, for what you were feeling. I say, you got me, man. That's what I'm
saying. What Tim Snow, Texas Prison Story family salute, y'all. It's your boy Tim Snow. Texas Prison Story family salute, y'all. It's your boy Tim Snow.